This will be a series of videos regarding this 1964 Briggs Stratton engine. I'm not doing a full restore on it. We'll call this a kind of like a resurrection video or something, where I'm going to try my best to get it working, get it cleaned up, get a decent paint job on it, fix anything that's obviously wrong with it. I've already done some preliminary inspections on it. I have some parts on order. Number one thing I have is as you can see, this filter is just crap. I've already got one on order. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's actually falling apart. I have a carburetor. Actually, I don't have a carburetor kit. I have gasket making material. Oh, is there something in there? Oh, nice. That's full of dirt. Awesome. Oh, hey, look at that. The carbs only hold on by one bolt. That's nice. And you can see the caked in dirt here. So what we're going to do is, I've already got my ultrasonic cleaner warming up. Now, how are you supposed to get that out of there if you can't get a screw driver on it? Is that supposed to come off? This engine, or one very much like it, is when I was in 5th or 6th grade, back when people weren't worried about their children doing dangerous things, one of the local schools offered a summer class on small engine repair, and the model of engine that they used was very similar to this one. But I have not seen or worked on one of these engines. Well, I've seen them, but I've not worked on one of these engines since then. Yeah, whoever owned these before the guy I got them from really abused the hell out of them. I don't know if they were on go-karts or if they were on some piece of equipment, whatever it was pretty dirty wherever they were at. Oh, that's really nice and varnished on there, that lid. Jeez, it's like molasses. Oh yeah, there's stuff in there. Ooh. Well, that stuff's so old it doesn't even have a smell. I'm gonna go dump that out. Oh yeah. Nice, rich amber color. That's some mighty fine maple syrup there. Alright, let's get this thing out of the way for now. Okay. Hey, what do you know? That PB blaster actually did something. I looked up a carb kit for this, and like I said, unless I really need it, I'm not paying for a kit, because I can make that. Ooh, swirly stuff. It's been so long, I can't remember if this is supposed to unscrew or not. I think it is, but wow, this is one filthy carburetor. Peat moss. Is that hair in there? What the hell? Wow. Well, the carburetor seems to all be there. It's just absolutely, totally filthy. Choke works, but it's sticky. I don't know if that can be, you can see that. Other than being filled with a nice amber liquid, it doesn't look rusty. But it'll definitely need a good cleaning. I'll try to strip the paint off. I'll get some paint stripper, and then I'll give this a paint job. Probably go with modern day black. I was reading somewhere that said that Briggs and Stratton said that all of their engines were painted black from the factory. If you got an engine painted a different color, the manufacturer did that. Well, I'm not going to push this. Let's see here. I can't remember if I mentioned this. If I repeat myself, get over it. This is a reference photo. And that looks, the needle's in good condition. Normally I wouldn't go through all the trouble of taking these this far apart, but this thing is from 1964, and I mean it probably needs a full what do you call it, rebuild. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up, I'm going to check the cylinder I've got points on order. I've got cylinder head gasket on order. But basically, I'm only going to go any further with it if it needs it. I'm not gonna. It's one of those, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time. If the cylinder looks good, I'm not going to crack the crankcase. I don't think I saw any sign of what oil was in it. Didn't seem to have any metal in it. These gaskets, wow, they are just baked on here. And it doesn't take a lot of time for this to happen too, because I had the McLean has a similar carburetor, and when I worked on it, its gaskets were just absolutely, totally baked onto the surface on the gas tank. They almost were like they were glued. Wasn't really any glue on them, but boy, were they just on there tight. Let's see if this thing comes out. It does not. That is just on there. Okay, let's see. I think we'll try and put most of this in the parts washer. I've got it loaded up with basically dishwasher soap. And if anyone has a problem with that, well, they can keep it to themselves. So we'll transfer over to that. All right, everyone in the pool. Alright, so that buzzing noise you might be able to hear in the background is parts cleaner going to town. And I'm gonna see if I can get this apart. It looks like there's some tabs in there that are just folded over. and the only way to get this out is to unfold them. But Briggs Stratton was very nice and supplied 2 extra tabs in case these broke, it looks like. I'm sure on a modern lawnmower such a thing wouldn't be there, because that would cut into profits. And there's a spring and spring in here. Oh boy, that is some thick ass cable. Rope. And I have some rope on order too. It's not the same size, but that's actually fine. I just want to make sure I got close to the same length. Let's see, how do we get this open without it going boing? Oops, oh Jesus. Yeah. Get this off of here. Wow. Ancient rope. Ancient rope from a couple years before I was born. Alright, so the way you get this out or in here is you put it in sideways. And then you twist it 90 degrees. I remember this being rather difficult when I was in 6th grade to do without it flying all over the place, but I was able to do it. So there's that. So I'll have to get this cleaned up. I also have the special starter clutch wrench on order. It's not really necessary, but I've got several of these to do, and according to the Briggs Stratton manual, you can just use a block of wood to tap it off, but tightening it is the problem. You're supposed to tighten it to a weird specification. It said 70 pounds at the end of a 10-inch wrench. That's kind of non-standard. So I have to figure out what that would be with a normal torque wrench. Alright, let's get this up here. So this thing has compression. I can feel it. Oh yeah, I can feel it. I probably will relap the valves. That's a relatively simple process. It's just a pain in the butt. Let's see if we can get this off. Well, we'll just start it soaking. I don't think I'm going to try to get it off today. No pun intended. So the way that Briggs Stratton says to take this off if you don't have the special wrench is to put a block of wood under one of these fins and then smack this. We're not going to do that. We are going to take that spark plug out and try and look down the cylinder. Ow. Not bad looking. We'll probably get a new one. Yeah, she's pretty dirty in there. I think we'll go ahead and open the cylinder head up because I don't have the tools for the other stuff. These bolts don't feel like they were torqued down very much. but at least they broke free easily because it makes it easier to work on. Thing that kind of worries me is the guy said that one of these, and unfortunately I can't remember which one. I hope it's the messed up Tecumseh, the one that's all in pieces, had a valve problem and he didn't know how to fix it. Once again, it's just kind of weird because he was a car mechanic and you'd think he'd worked on valves before. Oh yeah, yeah, look at that. That's a thing of beauty. And a joy forever. Well, since we got it open, let's inspect the cylinder. She looks good. Oh, the cylinder, the piston is actually not bad. Ooh, is that corrosion or is that... looks like it's the rest of my sentence. Oh, it's the gasket corroded. Okay, I gotta go check on the stuff in the bath. Just gave everything a stir, moved it around. That's going to be interesting. I don't know how I can get that off. Let me try and rig something up here. Actually, I just realized it's got one of these nuts on the side that is very much like what you find on electrical stuff, and look at that. Came right off. So this will get a bath in the cleaner, and then it'll go into my, this will get a bath in the cleaner, and then it's going to go into the evaporust, and then it'll get a coat of paint with that 500 degree automotive paint. So I'm going to set that aside. This thing doesn't have any problem with the valves. Now, where did that go? Damn it. Avert your eyes now. Well, I think that's all the damage we can do for this thing today. I need to get a valve lapping kit before I do anything, get any further with this, and get that other stuff cleaned up.